Right, ladies, Judy Weber here, and I'm excited with another amazing She is Extraordinary episode. I'm here with Lisa Stoops, who is a Facebook ads expert, and that really means a business growth expert. So I'm really excited because Facebook ads eludes me, and I'm sure it eludes many of you. So we're talking with Lisa. Welcome.
Hi, Judy. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here. And ladies, just so you know, it's the day before Thanksgiving that we're recording this. And so I just really appreciate Lisa pausing from her busy life to sit with me now. So Lisa, why don't we tell a little bit more? They heard all about you as far as your business and professional experience and accolades, but would you mind sharing kind of your background and how you got to where you are right now?
Wow. So that's a big one, right?
That's a big question.
That's a big one. Well, I think I've always had that entrepreneurial spirit. I've always wanted to do my own thing. I've always wanted to, just be successful on my own. And I was introduced young in life to, different entrepreneurial businesses and things like that. But I always had to work, I had kids and I had to work a job, like to keep, the money coming in. And so I would do things on the side all the time, online. I would learn how to blog. I would learn how to do different things. And I was just trying to find like what I liked and what I really wanted to be doing. And, so I would be working and then I'd have family and then at night or early in the morning, I'd be, just totally trying to figure out my thing. And going through different courses and different things like that. And I finally was like, okay, if I'm ever going to do this, because it was like 10 years of doing this, and I'm doing it on the side and I've made money, on the side, but I was like, I want to do this full time. What is my thing? You really got to hone in on your thing. And I joined a course or something and, they were just like, you really got to get focused, just pick a thing that you do all the time. And I'm thinking to myself, well, I learned Facebook ads, right? So maybe I should, of course my faith comes into play with it too. I'm asking, the Lord, what do I do? What are, and it's like, where are you bent, and just like, where are you naturally good, what are you good at doing? And so like technology came to me really easily. Facebook ads came to me really easily. I looked at free traffic methods and then paid methods. And I was like, the paid traffic was like, oh my gosh, I can get out there quick. I can build my audience faster. I can, all these free methods were great. But at the same time, it was like, I want to quit my job. How am I going to do this? With doing all the free methods, it would just take forever. So I was always doing Facebook ads. So I finally was like, let me just, and before that I was doing services, but I was providing all kinds of services. And it was like, hone in on this one thing and just be that and just provide that one service. So I did that. It was so hard because I'm multi-passionate, have so many, things I want to do, but I was like, I need to get out of my job. Let's focus on the one thing, that can bring in the money. And, so I just went all in on that one service, Facebook ads. And I just grew like a big referral team and support and, just went there. And I was finally, after 10 years at my job, I was finally able to quit. And it was so hard. I was praying and I was so scared. And I was like, but you know what? I kept thinking the Lord has never let me down. I have had clients consistently over the last year or two. Why do I think it's going to change just because, no, he's provided. He's my provider. I believe that he's going to take care of me. So even though I freaked out and I like had a little moment there, I was like, I'm doing this. I'm just going for it. And I did. Wow. And that was in March of 2018. So I had been in my job for exactly 10 years almost. And, it was great. It was great. And it was scary and it was great. You know what I mean? And I just kept going. But the Facebook ads were the thing that actually, I focused on that one thing. So definitely.
Okay.
Something.
That's excellent, Lisa. Thank you so much. And I know that really, I guess, wasn't a fair question. It was so broad. So I have a couple of follow-up questions. So first of all, how many kids do you have and how old were they when all of this kind of side hustle was going on?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I have 3 kids and they were, let's see, I had a newborn. I tried to quit when I was in 2011. I had a newborn, and my other kids were 8, 5, and a newborn. So 8, 5, and a newborn. And I was thinking, I'm not going to go back to my job. This was in 2011. I tried so hard, but it didn't work. I had to keep staying at my job from 2011 to 2018. So my kids were, 15, 13, like 10, I don't even know. In 2018, they were, all right, now they're 16, 13, and 8. So, through their, growing up, they're little,
Yeah. So, gosh, so many questions about that. Before I jump into the business side. So how was that with, having little ones and you're working full time, you come home, you have babies to tend to, and then you work, to try to get something of your own going. I mean, what did that look like? And tell us a little bit more about that. Did you sleep at all? I mean, how did you do it?
Yeah, I remember waking up pregnant, like 7, 8, 9 months pregnant at like 5 a.m, just writing, because I was doing a different type of business, writing and stuff. And I remember like getting up really early before everybody else and doing it. And let me tell you, my lunch breaks were always like out in my car. I would go out to my car and use my laptop, and I would do so many different things I would have calls with potential clients. I would have all kinds of things going on during lunch. I'm telling you, for every day, for years, I did it. And I'm like, I can't believe I did it that long. Like, if anybody's listening to this and they're doing those things, that like really just believe that you can do it and just do it. Like, I can't believe I did it that many years, but wow. It was during lunches. It was early in the morning. It was late at night when the kids went to bed. Of course, my husband is very, very supportive. He's an entrepreneur too. And he's very, help with the kids. He was staying home because he had other things going on too, but I needed to work as well. So he was there to help a lot as well.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. I mean, and it shows your commitment because you knew what you wanted. Yeah. And, you knew that the end was coming. You just had to keep going. And so I love that. Keep going.
Well, the thing is I didn't know if it was ever going to come, but I always believed that I could do it. Like deep down inside, even when it didn't seem like it, I really believed that I could. It was just, I saw these people around me doing it and I'm like, I can do it too. I just have to just make sure that I'm doing the right things and making the money come in, getting the money to come in, know how to earn money online, know how to connect with clients, know how to, close those deals and get people in the door. I think, it's.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. Like you say, you didn't know, but you believed. And I think it's that belief that just kept you going until something clicked. And that's what I want to talk about for just a moment. You mentioned earlier about the fact that you invested in courses and programs. And I did as well. And I have no doubt that in doing that, you met some amazing ladies, amazing people, and that helped you. Am I right?
Totally. That is everything. Like, I wouldn't have had the support or the client base that I would have today if I didn't take some of these courses and didn't a lot of these courses had a Facebook group in them, and we would mix and mingle and talk. And some of those people that I met during that time are still, and that was maybe 5, 6 years ago even, are still people I communicate with today and still have, support with today. And I think that you need to find for sure groups of people, courses, groups of entrepreneurs that can support you through the courses. The paid environments are where you can get the best support and the best referrals and the best, everything online.
And I love that. And we'll talk about in a moment, the fact that you are a Thriver expert in my Blessed to Thrive program, which is what that's all about, bringing women together. We love community. We thrive in community. But, that's a huge chunk of change when you invest in something like Blessed to Thrive or like some of the other programs that you were probably a part of. So how do you know that it's the right thing for you? How did you know to go for it, even though it was probably a scary number?
So interesting that you say that, because I'm telling you, I talked to the girl whose program I was going to enroll in, but I was like, I knew that you needed to invest in yourself, right? And I had before. It wasn't like it was new to me, but I it was like, I think I had to pay like maybe like $400 or $500 a month or something like that. And I was like, oh my God, that's like a car note. I was like freaking out, but I knew like when I talked to her that it was the course that I needed. But let me tell you, I was so beyond frustrated at that point. Like I think you come to a point where you're like, it's do or die. I got to do this, or I'm just going to end up being in this soul sucking job that is like for me, my job didn't have any it could have had some future whatever, but I felt dead there. Like I felt like I was not utilizing my strengths, and I wasn't doing what I really wanted to do. And I was just there, So I was so at a point, I was crying to her on the phone, like, I've got to get out of this job. I got to figure this out. And like, I felt like she had like the tools and everything that I could put it all together with. So I just took the leap of faith and just did it, and I was like, I'm going to pay this. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to get the money, and it was just like, I had to do it. Like you feel like you're at that point where I gotta make something happen. I can't stay in this state forever,
Because you had that dream, you knew you could do it. And like you said, it was do or die time. I love it. That's great advice. And women, that are listening, really, I remember that place as well, where it's like, okay, I know I can, and now I've got to go for it. Because if another 10 years goes by and I don't go for it, then I'm going to be kicking myself in the butt, because now I feel even further behind. So that's excellent. All right. So let's jump to Facebook ads. You are preparing a module for the Blessed to Thrive program. And I would love it if you could give the ladies just a sneak peek into what they're going to learn, and maybe a couple of great tips about Facebook ads.
Yeah, sure. Oh my gosh. I'm putting together A to Z type of Facebook ad course so that you can follow it in bite-sized pieces and just really get your work, go along with the course and put your ad up, while you're watching. And a lot of, I do a lot of coaching and a lot of other like teaching and stuff on Facebook ads, and with newbies, people who are completely new to Facebook ads. And I get a lot of the same questions. So one of the things that people do that I can't stand, that makes a Facebook ad person just like cringe, is when people are posting on their Facebook page and they hit the boost post and they're like, well, I'm going to get in front of all these people with this post. It's going to be so great, and then they're like, well, how come I'm not getting much traffic, or I didn't get a lot of signups, or I didn't do, I don't know if my ad's working, and, that kind of thing. And it's because people just boost. And when they boost, Facebook is going to just optimize for comments, likes, and shares. Now, while you think it's getting a lot of traffic and people are seeing it, they're not necessarily clicking over to whatever it is that you're promoting. Maybe you're promoting a lead magnet, or maybe you want people to come to your blog and read your article or something, and a lot of times that doesn't happen. They're just getting likes, and they're getting, maybe somebody will say, oh, great, or I don't know. But the point is that Facebook has different objectives for each ad that you set up. And so if you want likes and shares and things like that, that's great. But those are all vanity metrics. We don't really care about that. We want people to take a major action. So like, for example, it depends on what you're doing. If you want people to get on your email list, which I always advise, especially in the beginning, you want to build your email list. You want people to come off of Facebook onto something that you own, so that if Facebook were to disappear overnight, you have those people in your database that you can follow up with. So one of the things that I always recommend is that you set up your ad for conversions or for traffic, depending on what you want to do. And you can only do that inside the ads manager. So when you're boosting your post, you're basically wasting your money if you want to get people onto your email list, for example. So there's always that to consider. We don't really care about the likes as much as we care about the actions people are taking. And I think a lot of times when you're new, you're just like, oh, this is exciting. People are liking it. It's like, but likes aren't paying the bills. So we need to get, beyond that. And that's what I'll teach in the modules, like how to do all that.
Okay, great. So how about this? Video. I am telling the ladies that in 2020, it's only going to become more and more important.
Totally.
So number one, do you agree with that? And number two, does video play into Facebook ads. What do you think about that?
Yes. So video is definitely really big right now, even. And it's just going to continue to get bigger. The thing that's cool about video is that, especially when you're new, you can grow your tribe really quickly using video. So one of the things that you can do is you can just get some videos out on your webpage, on your Facebook page, which is something that I think a lot of I know a lot of beginners or even intermediates, they might maybe shy away from, but really video is the best way to get people to know, like, and trust you, to build your tribe, that kind of thing. So when you put a video, put it out on your Facebook page, and then you can promote your video to a very targeted audience, right? And you can grow a custom audience off of that. So that is the biggest thing that you can do with Facebook ads. And it's for really cheap. You can get people to see and to engage in your video. Then you can use the engagement that you're getting on that video to send them an offer, maybe to get on your email list, or, do something like that. And I'm definitely going to be sharing all those good things inside the module too. So
okay, excellent. How about this basic question? And I'm sure you're going to be addressing it, but some of the ladies ask me, well, how much is like $10 a day too little? Can you give us just one more tip on that one?
Yeah, for sure. And the thing is that it really depends on your strategy. And I really want people to understand that they can't just wing ads. You really have to have a strategy behind it. So it really depends on what you're doing with your ads, but you can get started for $5 a day. If you just wanted to grow your audience with video, for example, just put out a video for $5 a day, and that will grow your audience over time, right? That you can use to retarget, to get them to take another action when you're ready. But ultimately, we want to have a strategy, and which I'm going to go over that as well inside the course. But you want to have a strategy that is going to take people from getting to know and like and trust you, and moving them forward down the path and the actions that you want them to take.
Okay, excellent. And I know you, so I know the answer, but just to share with the ladies, I'm not a techie person, and I don't say that with a negative. I know enough to do what I need to do. But for those ladies that are saying, I'm not techie, and can I really do this? Your answer is what?
Oh, yes, you can do it. What do you mean?
Good. Well, some ladies, even me, like, we've worked together because I'm not techie, but I have every confidence, and I know that if I had time and if I wanted to do that I could learn it, and that you are doing it in a way that I could absolutely get it, even if I wasn't quote unquote techie. That's what I'm saying, right?
Yes. And that's why I'm going to create the course where people are walking through, and they will be able to do it too. It's really not rocket science. It's not as hard as people think it is. Even if you're not techie, you can set up a good ad for sure.
Okay, awesome. Excellent. Well, I can't believe our time's almost up. Is there anything on your heart, Lisa, as a successful entrepreneur who has really, you were not an overnight sensation. You kept at it and kept at it. Any other advice before we leave for today?
Well, I just would say that if you really know in your heart that you want to be your own boss, that you want to do the online thing, create, something great online and or offline, or both, that you just know that you can do it, especially if you believe in God and you know that, He's with you, then you can do all things through Him. So that's all I have to say.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you again, Lisa. Ladies, we will see you next time. Thank you so much for listening in. Take good care.
Bye.